All right, we're ready to rock and roll. You guys can see my screen okay?
Yep.
Good.
Yes.
Amazing. Amazing. All right. Well, let's get started. I want to first say thank you guys so much for being here. This is Escape the Coaching Conundrum, why your coaching business isn't making you any money and how to fix it. Like I said, I have been in the coaching space for like 6 years. And so this webinar tonight is really like 6 years in the making. So I have a lot of love to share with you tonight, and I cannot wait to get started. So let's jump right in. I want you to come with me inside a Chicago apartment. It's 2018. You open the front door and you see a man lying on the living room floor, staring straight up at the ceiling, deep in thought. That's 24-year-old me. And I'm trying to figure out the secret to making money as a coach. You see, about 6 months earlier, I had taken the leap of faith and became taken the leap of faith to become a certified health and life coach. And despite having no money to my name and living in a very expensive city, I invested everything I had into this very overpriced coaching certification. And I was confidently sold that if I invested, then I could start making money as soon as 3 to 5 months into my coaching journey. So I pulled out my credit card and I jumped right in. I was so excited. The only problem was this coaching certification was great at pumping out quality coaches, but failed miserably at producing entrepreneurs. And now I was a broke, desperate coach trying to find money. I had bills to pay and I was living in a really expensive city. So what did I do? It's the same thing that I know many of you have done many times before. I signed up for one of those flashy ads that promises 10 new clients in 10 days if you just follow their magical proven system. 10 days later, I was still flat broke. And now I was a pissed off coach because I didn't even get one measly client in my program using their so called proven system. And truthfully, y'all, for the next 3.5 years, I remained a broke coach. Why couldn't I make money in my coaching business? What was wrong with my marketing? What was wrong with me? Let me know in the chat if this story resonates with you. I am here tonight because I want to tell you it is not your fault. The coaching industry is broken, and I'm on a mission to fix it. So, my commitment to you is that by the end of this training, I am going to expose what you really need to do in your coaching business so that you can start to bring in the high quality clients who are eager and excited to buy your coaching services. In this masterclass, I am going to cut the bullshit and I'm going to have an honest and real conversation with you about what it really takes to be successful in the coaching industry. I am on a personal mission to help 100,000 coaches, that's a lot of people, successfully start and scale their coaching businesses. Because I really believe if more coaches actually succeed in this industry, then the world naturally becomes a better place. I love coaching. That is my passion. But right now, that is not what is happening. There are more coaches out there who are struggling to make money than there are successful coaches. Why is that? Well, first off, y'all better buckle up because Tyler is spilling the tea tonight, and I'm going to share exactly what is causing this problem and how you can fix it. And look, I am not here to rag on any one specific business or one specific person. Like I said at the beginning, this masterclass tonight has been in the making for almost 6 years, and it's a compilation of what I've been experiencing and witnessing as I've participated and worked inside various coaching programs. But before we get started, I want to take a minute to formally introduce myself, even though most of you know me already. But hi, my name is Tyler Hall. I am a business coach, a branding specialist, and a marketing and messaging extraordinaire. I love working with other coaches who are struggling to monetize their coaching businesses, despite trying all of the marketing strategies. And I believe that every coach can be successful in their business, but I don't believe in overnight successes. I am the creator of the pathway to profitability formula, and I've now had the privilege of coaching over 1,000 coaches and practitioners in the areas of marketing, mindset, branding, and business build out. But again, my path did not start here. When I first started my coaching business, I was just like you. I was a struggling health coach trying to attract clients, make money, and live out my passion. And I knew I was meant to be a coach, but why was it so difficult to attract clients? Why was it that no matter how many marketing tactics or strategies or sales tips I implemented, nothing was working for me? Nothing was helping me bring in clients. I was frustrated. And in a moment of weakness, I put my own coaching business on pause and I found a job working full time as a business coach in someone else's business. I'm not going to say who, but I think y'all can guess. This was the moment that changed everything for me. You see, when I started working for another coach, I saw something extraordinary happening. My boss's business was booming, doubling in size year after year. The problem was their clients who had online businesses and were coaches, just like you, were very much still struggling in their businesses. And this really got me questioning why. Why do so many coaches struggle to build their businesses? Why are there so many broke coaches in this industry? Why is this such a major problem? And literally, after spending hundreds of hours observing, journaling, meditating on this question, I finally nailed the reason why. And today I'm going to share that secret with you because I believe in transparency. And I think every coach deserves to be paid what they're actually worth and find success in this industry. Yet so many coaches are struggling, and it's all because they are stuck in a coaching conundrum. So, what's crazy about a coaching conundrum is most coaches don't even realize they are in a coaching conundrum until it's too late. I certainly didn't. So, what exactly is a coaching conundrum? Well, a coaching conundrum is actually three major issues jumbled together to create one money sucking massive problem. And if you don't get yourself out of the coaching conundrum, you're going to continue to struggle to make money in your coaching business. But don't worry, because tonight I'm going to break down the coaching conundrum to show you exactly what you need to get yourself out so that you can start to make some serious money as a coach. Type money in the chat if you're ready to start making some serious dough in your coaching business. I love it. Love it. Yes. Who doesn't want to make some money? So let's dive into the coaching conundrum and let's start with problem number one. That is lack of transparency. What do I mean by this? Well, let's take a look at the next slide here. All right. How many of you feel like your Facebook and Instagram feed is flooded with ads trying to convince you that you have something wrong with your business? I know my feed is always flooded with these ads, but I want you to pay close attention to what's actually happening here. They are trying to sell you one solution. These catchy ads hook you with the promise of riches, but first you need to fix your funnel or implement this fancy sales script or create an app for your business or run this very specific 5-day challenge. And they tell you that if you do this specific thing for your coaching business, you're going to be a massive success. But remember, the problem is bigger than just fixing your funnel or implementing that new sales script or running that 5-day challenge, which is why these ads and products don't deliver the results you are looking for. And I call this marketing misconduct. It's a no no, and these people should be ashamed of what they are pushing. I look at it like this: they are vultures. They are out there preying on your gullibility, desperations, fears, and insecurities, pushing a big narrative that the only problem you have in your business is one tiny marketing problem, when in reality, it's much more than just a marketing problem, as I'll show you today. You probably have experienced marketing misconduct, and this lack of transparency is a massive problem in the industry. These ads are created in a way to leave you feeling like you are not enough. They make it feel like you're the only one struggling. They advertise their massive success metrics, which in reality, it's just the same star players that they use over and over in their marketing campaigns. And then they promise such outrageous things like making, you know, 10K in 10 weeks or growing your business to, 10,000 subscribers in the next 6 months. And it's such an unrealistic timeline, especially if you are a brand new coach who is just getting started. But as gullible coaches who want to change lives for a living, we fall for this bullshit. We fall for it because we want to make impact. We love what we're doing. And so we think if I can speed up the process, then I can make more impact sooner. But the biggest issue here with these ads is that it comes back to they are only selling you one piece of the larger business building puzzle. They tell you you are missing, you know, like the missing link is like your bad webinar script or a bad sales script or an incomplete funnel. And then they pry on you and they say, I'm going to give you the $1 million funnel, or I'm going to give you the $1 million sales script. And they're only giving you one piece of the problem. So what is the solution to lack of transparency? The solution here is that you have to adjust your success timeline to start. Y'all, you are not going to build a successful business in 6 months. That does not exist. It just does not exist anywhere in the industry, even though so many people are pushing how I scaled my business from, 0 to 100,000 in 6 months. Well, they don't tell you about the 6 years they spent broke trying to figure it out. That's part of the process. And then you also need all of the marketing puzzle pieces. So you need somebody who is going to help you put together the whole puzzle. And then if you want to get more customized and get more specific and niche down, then you go implement that fancy sales script or that $1 million funnel or whatever, they're trying to sell you. But you really need a whole picture before you can implement these one piece solutions. And now I'm going to say something pretty shocking. You don't have a marketing problem. You have a messaging problem. Newsflash, y'all, all marketing can work for your business. Literally any marketing system out there, you can set it up and you can make it work in your business. Whether you're doing webinars or running ads to fancy funnels or doing sales calls or pushing people to sales pages, any of the setups can work for you. So why isn't your current marketing system working? It's because you haven't mastered your messaging. which is the key to having rock solid marketing. Most people try to master the marketing first and they completely ignore their message. And this leads me to problem number two, which is lack of clarity. This is the biggest problem coaches face on their path to profitability. And the way we crack the clarity code is by figuring out the 5W equation. Now, y'all, I don't like math, so this is not going to get complicated, but let me break down the 5W equation for you. So the 5W equation is, who are you? What problem do you fix? How do you fix it? Who do you fix it for? And why you? So let's take a closer look at all 5 areas. So starting off, who are you? This may seem like a really silly question, but what I'm really asking here is, who are you as a coach? How do you brand yourself as a coach? We do this by defining what type of coach we are and then creating clear and captivating titles that stand out. And today I want to give you the key to writing a winning title. So that key is clarity and simplicity. But also, you got to be able to sprinkle in a little bit of fun because we can have fun with this. So, if you are a health coach, call yourself a health coach. Call yourself a weight loss coach. Call yourself a menopause coach, and then sprinkle in a little fun. One of the biggest issues I see coaches struggling with is they don't even know what to call themselves. Just pick a title. It's as easy as that. And the greatest thing about the coaching title and being in the coaching world is that you can make them up. I make up titles all the time because it's fun. My titles are, I'm a business coach, I'm a personal branding specialist, and I am a marketing and messaging extraordinaire. You see how specific that is? You know my niche, you know what I specialize in, you know my little secret sauce. It's that easy. So who are you? Let me know in the chat your coaching titles. I'm curious, and I have my screen over here. I want to know your coaching titles. Let me know in the chat. I'm going to read a few off. Who are you? Who's here? Yes, Lisa. I've been too concerned about who I think I'm supposed to be instead of who I am. Self-reliance coach. I love that. Trauma recovery coach. Firefighter wellness coach. Love it. Health and lifestyle coach. Teen and empowerment coach. Yay, Amanda. Life mastery consultant and coach. Beautiful titles, y'all. You've got that pretty mastered. So let's move into the next section, which is, what problem do you fix? Notice the question doesn't say, what's the result your clients are going to get out of working with you? This is a pivotal step of the equation. Too many coaches position their problem as a transformation. And y'all, a problem shouldn't be happy, okay? For example, I help people find their dream jobs. That's not a problem. That is an outcome. People are going to pay you because you are crystal clear on a problem that you solve for them. How do you get them out of pain? And here's the biggie. We need to stop being pain adverse. We're so afraid to be negative, but negative attracts, negative sells. So I have a quick little exercise here for you. Just real simple. I help blank struggling with blank. And Elise, I know you hate these exercises, so you don't have to do it. We talked about that. But for anybody who's struggling with this, just try to fill this out. I help blank struggling with blank. Example, I help coaches who are struggling to make money in their coaching businesses. It's really clear. So I want to know in the chat, who do you help? Who do you help in the chat? Let me know. And while people are typing, I want you to think about this for a minute. Let's say I help moms struggling with breastfeeding. If I came out and said that, somebody's going to ask me, what does that mean? What? Can you tell me more about that? That opens a conversation versus if I were to say, and I know some of you do this, I help moms struggling with breastfeeding understand their natural breastfeeding patterns so that they can feel complete as a new mom. Like we like word vomit on our people and then they're confused. The point here with the problem is you need to just clearly state what problem do you solve. And so I'm going to go to the chat. I have it over here on the left, so I'm looking at my other screen. But let's see. Let's go with starting with Caitlin. I help firefighters reduce the risk of cancer and chronic disease. That's pretty good, Caitlin. It's pretty good. I help women who struggle with self-care. I'm wondering, do they say they struggle with self-care? This is a really big thing to think about. Do they actually say, I need help with self-care? What are they actually saying? I'm curious to know that. Are they actually going around saying, I need help with self-care? Because in the past, I used to say something along the lines of like, I help coaches build brands and all of these types of things. And then when I took a step back, everybody that I started to work with wanted to make money. That was it. They were just saying, hey, help me make money. Help me figure this out. And that is a big thing. So we have to be really specific with the language. And I'm seeing in the chat here, I help Christian women heal and flourish from narcissistic abuse and childhood trauma. Curious, Wendy, that's beautiful, but do they use the language heal and flourish? Because that's how specific we need to get. When we are talking about the painful problem, we really have to get all the way down to, is that what they are actually saying? Are they using heal and flourish? What words are they speaking to you? What is their language? That is the key to mastering the problem that you fix, is that it's their language, not how you think they're going to respond to it. So we will go through. If anybody needs help with this, reach out to me. I'm here to help with that. I love this type of stuff, but we are going to continue on just for time's sake, and we are going to move into how do you fix the problem? So again, what happens when someone asks you, how can you help me? When I first started coaching, I hated the question, what do you do? I would look at them and I'd be like, I don't know. I don't know. Oftentimes we either say I don't know or we word vomit on them and we get really technical and we nerd out and we geek out and we come our nerdy professional selves that we are, and we dive too deep too quickly into how do you fix the problem. You want to teach them because that's what we naturally do instead of marketing to them. And when we teach too quickly, this scares off the prospective client. This is a no-no. Your ideal client isn't a professional. They don't need to know the science behind what you do, how you do it, who you do it for. They don't need to know any of that. They just need to be reassured that you can help them with their painful problem. If they want to lose weight, how do you help them lose weight? If they want to make money, how do you help them make money? If they want to, heal their trauma, how do you help them heal their trauma? And, most of you are going to say, well, I've already got this bucket checked off because I have a profitable program. So that's how I fix the problem for my ideal clients. But your program is not your methodology. And this is what we need to establish, your methodology. So first, what is a methodology? A coaching methodology is essentially the coaching technique or coaching framework you use to deliver transformation to your client. I like to think of the methodology as like the big stepping stones you take your clients through in order to help them achieve their transformation. Now, again, I'm going to go blue in the face saying this. The number one rule for a good methodology is don't overcomplicate this. The language has to be so simple and so easy to follow that a fourth grader can tell you exactly how you help your ideal client. And this takes some time to craft. But I want to show you guys what is Tyler's methodology. So again, I am the creator of the Pathway to Profitability formula. And the way I help clients make money in their coaching business is step one, I help them lay a strong foundation. I help them get to know who they are, what they do, how they do it, who they do it for, why they do it. That is key, having that clarity in who you are. And then step two is we're going to build out the larger brand. We are going to take all of this information and we're going to build a brand. We're going to build products. We're going to think about, like, do we want to have a podcast? Are we speakers? What encompasses this larger brand? And then step three is I'm going to run side by side with my clients through the marketing marathon, because that is a long race and somebody needs to be there with you as you are running that marketing marathon race. That is my methodology. That is what I do. That is Tyler. And so it has to be, when you are explaining your methodology, you have to be able to say it as clearly and as confidently as I just shared mine. And so I'm curious, do you guys have a methodology? Do you know, when you're talking to a client, do you know how to talk to them? Do you know, when you're selling to them, how do you explain what you do to them? Does anybody struggle with that? Let me know in the chat if anybody struggles with that. I'd love to know. We're all here, no judgment tonight. This is all about learning and growth. Yes, yes. Yeah, it's difficult, y'all. This is only part 3. We got 2 more to go here. So let's keep going. Let's jump into, who do you fix it for? Okay. Now, most of the time, when you get into a business coaching program, they start with, who do you serve? Who is your ideal client? Tyler doesn't work that way. Tyler likes to focus in on who is Tyler first, and what is Tyler attracted to. And then I say, okay, based off of that, who do I want to work with? I think we get it backwards here. But a big thing that I want to talk about tonight is that many of you are attracting the wrong types of clients. The painful reality of running a coaching business is we can't serve everyone. And if you are marketing to the masses, you're marketing to the minnows. Let me repeat that, because that's a big one. If you are marketing to the masses, you are marketing to the minnows. What that means is minnows are the bottom feeders. They want your freebies, but when you ask them to invest, they scurry off. How many of you have experienced that? You build a group and then you get all the bottom feeders and they just want all of your freebies, and then nobody takes action. Yep, lots of that. Lots of that. So my question for you is, who is your shark? Sharks are the hungry action takers that are going to flock to your offer. And y'all, this is where we have to let go of trying to serve everyone. Okay. This is the big thing when it comes to building a successful coaching business, is we come in and we go, I'm going to save the world. I'm going to serve everyone. And remember, when you try to serve everyone, you're marketing to the minnows. The masses are the minnows, and this is why it's not working for you. We have to get crystal clear on whether or not you are targeting sharks or minnows. And I bet you right now there's a lot of you that are targeting minnows, and this is one reason why you are struggling to make money in your coaching business. I have a quick story to tell you. A few weeks ago, some of you have already heard this, but it bears repeating. I was in Florida where I met Elise. Shout out to Elise, who's here tonight. I met Elise in person. That was awesome. But I was there for a 2-day workshop. And at this workshop, I watched the guy who presented the workshop. He sold a $50,000 coaching package from the stage. From the stage. It was the most insane thing I have ever witnessed. $50,000. That weekend, he closed at least 10 people. He made a $500,000 in 2 days because he was talking to the sharks. He was talking to the people who are hungry. He was talking to the clients that know they are worthy of investing in themselves. And right now, many of you are talking to the minnows who are just not ready to make that investment in themselves. And this is something that we need to fix. At that workshop, I heard one of the greatest quotes, and this changed my life. When you speak to one person, when you speak to one person, everyone listens. When you speak to everyone, no one listens. Okay? Right now, many of you are trying to speak to everyone, and no one is listening. We need to identify who is your shark. That is that is key here. All right. Let's wrap this up with why you, okay? Why you? Anyone can help you put together the first four W's, but this last W has to come from in. Why are you the perfect person to do this work? Why should somebody invest in working with you? Why are you here? The fifth W is all around confidence, y'all. You need to have some confidence in order to make money as a coach. All right. So, for those of you who don't know, I received a dual certification from the Health Coach Institute in both health and life coaching. That date should say 2018. I remember starting this journey and I thought, oh shit, what did I get myself into? You can even see in this picture, like, you can see the terror in my face because I was so scared. I had absolutely no confidence when I started this journey back in 2018. Now, fast forward to 2024, I'm a lot more confident now. I know who I am. I have taken the time to do the inner work to get the clarity. And y'all, that is the biggest difference here. 2018 Tyler had no confidence. I didn't believe I was actually capable of succeeding in this business. I didn't believe I was worthy of making money. 2024 Tyler is capable and he is worthy. This piece of the puzzle is what you don't get when you work through a traditional business coaching system. They don't dive into the depths of identity. They don't talk about the feelings. They don't help you develop the confidence. They do all of the strategy, but they don't do any of the inner work. And it's this inner work that is going to actually set yourself free. This is a must. You must master the feelings, the emotions, the mindset, and create a whole new identity before you can go out there and master the marketing. So let's talk about the solution. The solution to lack of clarity is that you have to nail the 5 W's before doing anything else in your business. This is an absolute must. You have to nail the 5 W's. If you are still struggling with these 5 W's, you're going to continue to struggle with the marketing. And then you have to learn the language of your ideal client. Y'all, you get into this business and you don't realize that you have to learn a foreign language. That is the language of your ideal client. It takes time to develop fluency in this language. So don't get frustrated. Give yourself some space and some grace to learn the language. This is hard work. Okay, let's continue. Problem number 3, we have lack of customization. This is where my heart starts to explode. Okay, I am coming back to this slide because even after you nail your 5W equation and you've gotten clarity on who you are, what problem you fix, how you fix it, who you fix it for, and all of this stuff, there is still one major problem you are going to face when you buy into these types of coaching offers. You are going to run into the cookie cutter experience. And this is not the experience that you want or need when you are building out your coaching business. And I guarantee you, a lot of you have become a victim of the cookie cutter experience. And what is the cookie cutter experience? Well, it can be broken down by number one, support is surface level. This is when you ask a question and you feel like you just get a generic response, and that support is surface level. It's like you get a response, but you're left feeling like I need more. This happens all the time in the cookie cutter experience. The structure of these programs are so systemized that you go through, everybody goes through the same program, but not everybody works, thinks, operates that way. But there's no customization there. There's no flexibility. They just say, this is the system. This is what you need to do. This is how you do it. Don't ask us questions. And then the last thing, which is truly heartbreaking, is the lack of personalization. They don't take enough time in these cookie cutter programs to get to know you, to get to know your business, to get to know your vision. So they're not actually providing that quality level of service. They're not actually answering the questions that they should be answering. It lacks that personalization. It lacks that touch point. And the reason all of this happens is because oftentimes these programs are often just massive in size. They're focused on making as much money as possible versus how much impact they can make. And this leaves the client feeling frustrated, feeling angry, feeling like they're not enough. And it's truly heartbreaking to witness because I've seen it happen time and time again. And this is why I'm here tonight, because I can't keep watching people experience that. It's it's just not good, y'all. But I really want you to imagine if there was an opportunity to experience real personal brand development where you worked with somebody who really took the time to understand you, understand your vision, understand your business, and then went deep with you. The support went deep, the coaching went deep. The coaching was collaborative, where you felt like you actually had an interaction versus just being like funneled through. And then the structure was personalized because the thing is, like, business has to be personalized. Coaching needs to be personalized. Support needs to be personalized. You guys are humans. You are not robots going through a system. Okay. And you need that human heart connection to meet you where you're at and support you in that customization and going deeper when you need to go deeper. I believe that any marketing setup can work in a business. Okay. The marketing is not the problem. Marketing is just marketing. It's a system, it's a setup. It works. But the marketing setup has to be aligned to you and your goals. And this is another big problem you face in those cookie cutter coaching experiences. They have one system, one process, and one way to implement. And if it's not suiting your needs or supporting your goals and visions, well, you're shit out of luck because they are not bending. They are not catering to your needs. It is so structured, it is so systemized, and it's so silly, honestly. So obviously here, this one's an easy one. The solution is we need customization. Coaching shouldn't be a cookie cutter industry. Even if you have an online program, which I highly recommend as part of your financial freedom funnel, that experience that you give a paying client needs to feel customized. They need to feel heard. They need to feel included as part of the collaboration. They need love and support. They don't want to feel like just a number inside of a program. And real talk here, how many of you have ever felt like you are just a number inside one of these cookie cutter coaching programs? I know I have. This is what inspired this tonight. because I first experienced it as a client and then I saw it happening at a larger scale. And I went, no, this can't continue to happen. All right. So let's do a quick recap. You guys are staying strong with me. Thank you so much. There's a lot that I packed into this. Let's do a quick recap. So, right now, whether or not you knew this before this webinar, you are in a coaching conundrum, but it's not your fault. You got here because there is a lack of transparency in the industry when it comes to how quickly it'll take you to build your coaching business and make it profitable. There's a very high probability that there is either a missing W or several W's in your 5W equation, or if you have all 5 W's, there's oftentimes some misalignment there and it just doesn't feel complete, and therefore it's creating confusion in your message, which is leading to a marketing problem. And finally, there is again another industry problem with the cookie cutter experience, which doesn't allow you to customize material, which is creating misalignment in your brand identity. And honestly, in your heart, you just don't feel your content is clear. You don't feel like your content is congruent. You don't feel like your content is consistent. And this is leading to a major confidence issue. There is a major misalignment happening right now, but Tyler does have a solution. So let's talk about how you get out of the coaching conundrum you currently find yourself in. And again, we went through this. This is my methodology. Step one, we have to lay a strong foundation. You do have to get crystal clear on the 5W equation. You have to master your message before you can dominate the market. If you leave here with nothing else tonight, I want you to know how important it is for you to master your message first so that you can then go properly market your business. If you don't feel like you have your message mastered, we need to talk. Step two, we are going to build out the brand. I have used this exercise before. I call it the branding tree. And the branding tree is, if we think about a tree, you are kind of the roots of the tree, the main part of the tree, and then you have all of these branches stemming off of you that make up your personal brand. It's way bigger. You are more than just a coach. Some of you are authors, podcasters, speakers, cooks. I don't know. Like, there's lots of people who do lots of different things. How do we build a strong personal brand that encompasses all of the branches, not just one? Most people only focus on one when you are more complex than just one branch. So that's step two. And then step three is, together we run the marketing marathon. I say this all the time, the marketing marathon. This is a race. It is not a sprint, but it is a race. So what does running the marketing marathon look like? Well, it starts with establishing a simple marketing plan. You don't need to complicate the marketing, but I can almost bet that right now your marketing plan isn't optimized. Your funnels probably aren't performing to the best of their abilities. Your lead magnet probably isn't converting high quality leads or sharks. And all of this needs to be fixed based off of the clarity you get when you get through and you nail the 5W equation. And then once we have a simple marketing plan in place, we're going to build a schedule and create consistency. Marketing doesn't ever end. This race, there is no finish line. We need to flip the mentality that being a profitable coach means you're going to coach 90% of the time. The reality is you are going to be marketing and creating content 90% of the time and coaching the other 10%. Nobody told me that when I started this business, and I was pissed when I found that out. I was like, are you kidding me? Because I love to coach. I love to coach. That's why I got into this industry. I don't like social media. I don't like the marketing side of things. but it is a part of building the business. And if you want to build a coaching business, that's key here. And then we are going to scale at a pace that feels good to you. I hate when coaches, like business coaches, they try to get you to scale as fast as humanly possible. This is your business. You are going to scale at a pace that feels good to you, that is aligned with you, and that sits well with you. Not everybody here wants to be $1 million coach. Some of you don't even want to be a multi six-figure coach. Some of you are just trying to make, to have a hobby here in the second half of life. Whatever it is, like not, most of it's just we have to get intentional with like what does scaling look like to you and then set a plan and get some action around that. And then the last thing of course is ongoing optimization and support. The magic to marketing is optimization. You need to become aware of what's working and not working, and you need to be emotionless when you're looking at the metrics. They are just numbers, y'all. The metrics are not an indication of your worth. Okay? Marketing is a system, and systems need to be optimized and fine-tuned on a regular basis. There has to be marketing maintenance and in plan. And then of course, the last thing here is run you like the mindset behind all of this. In order to run the marketing marathon, you have to have a strong mindset. You have to work on your identity, your beliefs. You have to completely up level who you are so that you can go be successful in this business. There's a lot to all of this. And that is the pathway to profitability formula. And that is what I do. And I can guarantee you that at the end of this journey, you will have the clarity, the congruency, the consistency, and the confidence that you need to be successful in your business. And so we have now reached the end of the webinar where I'm going to ask you to make a choice. And you guys are all coaches here, so we know where this is leading to. Tonight, you can either stay on the path of confusion and keep living in the coaching conundrum, where I know you're going to keep trying all of the marketing hacks and you're going to continue to fail to build your profitable coaching business. Because as I showed you today, marketing is just one piece of that larger coaching conundrum problem slash puzzle. Or you can choose to take the path to profitability and schedule a path to profitability strategy session. So I am opening up my doors tonight for the first time to invite people in to work with them. I'm so excited for this, y'all. And I promise you that if you book a call with me, by the end of this call, you will have clarity on what areas of the 5W equation needs improvement, what actions you can take immediately to improve your 5W equation, and we will work together to explore what your bigger brand looks like and what's holding you back from achieving that vision. This call is perfect for you if you are a coach who is currently struggling to make money in their business, a coach who doesn't feel super confident or clear in what you are offering, a coach who is struggling with their marketing and their sales, a coach who is needing the mindset support to keep running the marketing marathon. Because this is a journey, y'all, and you need that support. This call is not for you if you are a coach who is looking for a quick fix or an easy solution to making money in your business, because it does not exist. And if somebody promises you that, run away. Run away really, really fast. A coach who doesn't believe they are capable of making this happen. And a coach who is afraid to continue to invest in themselves and in their business. And I want to end tonight's presentation with this. My responsibility to you. There is a major lack of responsibility in the industry. You know, when you sign up for these business coaching programs, they say, "Oh, you didn't make any money during our program." Well, that's too bad. It's your fault because the system didn't work because you didn't try hard enough or you didn't implement the strategy properly. It's not my fault. They're not taking accountability for their own systems. They're not taking accountability. Me, I want to take accountability. Now, I cannot guarantee that you will make millions or even hundreds of thousands of dollars in this industry, but I can work with you until we have established the clarity, the congruency, the consistency, and the confidence that you need to succeed. That is my guarantee for you. I will work with you until we get you to that place because I believe that everybody deserves a chance to succeed in this industry. I don't want to see any more coaches just get dumped through a program and then left on the other side feeling like dirt, feeling like, like, oh my God, I just got robbed. Oh my God, I just got used. Like, whatever those feelings are, I want that to end here tonight. And so I want to ask you, are you a shark or are you a minnow? I believe everyone in this meeting tonight is a shark, but I don't know yet if you see yourself as a shark. I don't know if you believe in yourself enough to keep going. Y'all, I'm going to get real one more time tonight, I promise. This industry is not easy. There is no such thing as an overnight success. You don't just launch this business one time and suddenly you're rolling in the Benjamins. That does not exist. Building a successful coaching business requires grit, it requires dedication, it requires determination, it requires discipline and decisive action. And tonight, I am asking you to take one decisive action by booking a strategy call with me to discuss how you can stop swimming with the minnows and start swimming with the sharks. But first, you need to stop selling yourself short. Stop downplaying your capabilities. Stop doubting your skills and start acting like the hungry shark I know that you are. Be ambitious, be ferocious, be confident, and last but not least, believe in yourself. Thank you all. I so appreciate being here with you tonight. I so appreciate getting this opportunity to share, to take up this space. I am going to stay on for a few more minutes. I have some frequently asked questions that actually I came up with that you might need to know. And I will also open it up to Q&A here at the end. But if anybody has to go because it's the top of the hour and I tried to get this all under 60 minutes and I did a pretty damn good job, um, feel free to jump off. But if you want to stay and go through some of the frequently asked questions, and if you have questions for me, I'll take some questions here at the end. But, starting off, the obvious one is how long is this call going to be? Well, it's going to be about 50 minutes, but I've scheduled the full hour in case we need to go deeper because that's what I do. Um, and y'all, we're all coaches here. I do have products to offer. I do have services available at the end of this call. And, the pricing for that depends on several factors. In full transparency, my prices right now are ranging from 197 all the way up to almost 6 grand. But I believe in price transparency. I believe in accessibility. And my goal is to work with 100,000 coaches however I can at whatever price point works for you. So if you're worried about money, if you're like, Tyler, I don't know if I can invest in anything else, still book the call with me because I want to work with you. I want to find a way to make this happen because I want to see you succeed. So I have lots of different offers that are coming out soon. So if you're curious, if you're interested, please book a call with me. I want to take some time with you. And then And then just my final pitch here for myself, like what makes me different? Well, I mean, I'm Tyler. I think I'm pretty awesome. But beyond that, what I bring to the table is what I define as a divine fusion of masculine doing side of like traditional business coaching with that spiritual, feminine, softer side of spiritual coaching and that identity work. Because when those two come together, y'all, that's powerful energy. And that is going to create the perfect balance between action and alignment. And that's what I want to help you do. And so I'm going to end it here with any Q&As. If you have any questions, please let me know in the chat. I would love to know some questions. Oh, thank you, Brandy, for being my assistant here and dropping that. I had it saved. I had it ready to go. There's also a QR code. If anybody has their phone, they can scan the QR code. But does anybody have any questions for me as we are wrapping up today's call? Feel free to unmute yourself, drop it in the chat. I'm here to take all the questions. No? Did I do that good of a job that there are no questions? Well, I just have to say, I will end it here tonight if there are no questions. I just, again, want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude for every single one of you for spending the hour with me, letting me go on Tyler's tangent, letting me share my passion, my heart with you. I love the work that I do. I love being able to serve you. And if I can serve you in any way, please let me know because I so appreciate every single one of you. I'm going to stop my share so I can see all of your beautiful faces. And I'm going to wish you a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday night. And
Amazing.
thank you
That was so awesome.
for your love tonight. You are all so
I
wonderful and
love
so
you
beautiful.
so much.
All right,
That
friends.
was awesome. You
All
rocked
right.
it. Loved it.
I will talk to y'all later. Have a fantastic evening. Any questions, feel free to reach out to me and we will chat soon. Bye.
Yay, Tyler.